Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Jodie if you haven't been here before. So today we are painting the new beehive. In my last video in this series about us getting our own bees, I talked about how I was going to go home after my course and I was going to buy my first hive. So I've done that and I decided to go for a Flow Hive, and I'm very excited about getting my bees in just under 2 weeks time. So the Flow Hive arrived and my wonderful husband put it together for me, and now it is time to paint it. And I'm very excited to attempt to do some sort of pretty design. Very excited to try and do some sort of pretty design on the hive, thinking lavenders along the bottom and something like that. I'm not an artist, but I have found a couple of tutorials online and I'm hoping to follow those. So first thing though, we have to actually paint the hive, the base coat. So I'll show you what it looks like at the moment. This is it here. So if you haven't seen a Flow Hive before, they have these really cool windows on the side which allow you to look at the bees as they work. There's no frames in there at the moment, so you can't see anything in there at the moment. But my daughter is very excited about being able to see the bees. And then in this top section here where the bees will eventually make the honey, they have special frames that make it very, very easy to harvest the honey. You don't need an extractor or any of those pieces of equipment. You can literally just turn a key and the honey will drain out. It's the main thing that really sold this hive for me. We only want one hive in our backyard to help with pollination and to get some honey. So I didn't want to go through all the hassle of having to have the extractor and all that. My dad kept bees when I was growing up, and I remember all that is involved in actually getting the honey out the traditional way, which is exactly what you need to do if you have more than one hive. But since we're not going to want more than one hive on our 1 acre, 1.3 acre block, it didn't make sense to me to invest in all that extra stuff. Now, this is still an investment because the Flow Hives are expensive. However, I'm looking at it as it's all we're going to need, and it's also going to be a great learning thing because my daughter is very, very excited about seeing the bees. So I thought it was worth it, but I will be able to come back to you in 12 months time or whatever and actually give you a proper review once I have used it. So one thing that my teachers at the course recommended was that we put some extra ventilation into the Flow Hive for our climate. So one of the things my husband's already done is to 3D print a couple of vents for me, and he has installed those, and then we're going to be changing out the top lid as well for one that is mesh. Anyway, time to start painting. So the first thing I'm going to do is to just pull it all apart, and we'll paint all the individual sections one by one. This is the top cover that I was talking about that we're going to replace with a mesh version. The problem with the Flow Hives is that if you don't have this cover on or something else, the bees can actually have access to this top lid, which is a very pretty lid with this nice roof design, but it allows them to build all of the honeycomb in there, and you don't really want that. So we're going to make a new, more breathable mesh top, and these are the inserts that my husband 3D printed for me. So they'll allow air to come in. We've got 2 on the front, 2 on the back, and then it will be able to access the actual hive through the new lid when we make it. So next step is I'm going to mix up my paint. We are actually using the same paint that we are currently painting the exterior of our house with. Figured it would match in then and also I didn't have to buy new paint. So it's going to be like a sandy taupey colour, I guess, for the majority of it, and then the roof is going to be a chocolate brown. And then we'll do the pretty design on it. Hopefully we'll get to that today. Rather than just dipping my brush directly in this giant tub of paint, I just cut the bottom off a soft drink bottle, and I'm going to attempt to use this as a little bucket. I think I need to go find some tape to tape off these brass fittings. Thankfully we had some, because I didn't think to buy any of that today either. Didn't do very well at the hardware store, I don't think. Anyway. Well, here goes nothing. Thankfully I don't have to paint the inside of the bee house. I'm just going to paint anywhere where it could eventually be open to the weather. But yeah, not the inside of the boxes or anything like that. I'm actually thinking I might stop painting this piece and actually start painting the brood box first, because that's the one that I want to do the decoration on, and everything's going to need 2 coats. So if I start on that one first, then I can get 2 coats of the base coat done first, and then we can do the decorating later, hopefully. So I'm not worrying about putting any cardboard underneath this, because we're actually going to paint this floor sometime soon as part of the project of painting the house. So I don't need to worry. And I just got paint on me. Which is why I'm wearing the daggy clothes. Always wear daggy clothes when painting. Okay. Okay, so I've finished 2 coats of the light coloured paint on all of the boxes and parts, apart from the roof, because I'm going to do that in the chocolate brown. So now that I've done all of those, I'm going to start working on the pretty design that I want to paint on them. I think I mentioned earlier that I had found a tutorial online of how to paint lavender. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I will link the tutorial below in case you're interested. And I thought that I would have a trial attempt on a piece of cardboard. And then if all goes well, we can attempt to do the same thing on the box. Okay, here's my cardboard that I'm going to attempt to paint this on. So then it was to cover, I think I used a paintbrush to cover the in some paint. That did not work. Not sure about that. What happens if we just, maybe not with that pen. Paintbrush. What happens if we just paint? Okay, bit of an idea on that. We've got some grassy stemmy stuff. Alright, next we're going to make purple. Ooh, pretty. I like that. Okay. And we've got to get the Q-tip earbud. And then you just start. I think we're supposed to have waited for this to dry, but I'm just going to go straight ahead because I'm eager to get started. So, okay, I'm just going to quickly check the instructions one more time. We literally pick a stem, any stem, this one, and start putting lots of dots. Getting wider as we go down, I guess. Oh, that's cute. Okay, let me show you. Cute, hey? I'm not really quite pleased with that. So I think this is a goer. I think this is gonna work. Shall we just go and stick it on the box? Yeah. I think so. Okay, so we're nearly done. Really pleased with how it's all turned out. Just going to put on a coat of brown on the roof and then we'll be able to see what it's really going to look like. Do you like it, Eleanor?
Yeah.
Do you think the bees are going to like it?
What's that?
It's just the tape so I didn't get the paint on the window.
What?
Yes, we want the bees to be able to look out, don't we?
What?
And we want to be able to see in and see the bees. So it's taken all day, but the painting of the hive is almost done. I've just got to come in and do a second coat on the roof and do a couple of little touch-ups. But overall it's done and I'm really, really pleased with how it's come out. And I hope you will continue to watch as we get these bees and do some more gardening and all those sorts of things. So I will see you on the next video. Bye!